On Ruffing the Passer Show, talk football, miscellaneous stuff, and mostly football. I'm your host, Sam Ruffing, and this is episode 92. And can I just say, I would like to see an AFC Championship game for once without New England or Kansas City in it. Since 2011, it's been Chiefs or Patriots, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. I'm getting sick of it. I'm just saying it now. It's just annoying to watch. I would just like a nice matchup in the AFC. Doesn't even have to be the Broncos involved, although I'd like to see that happen. But it could be Baltimore and Cincinnati, Baltimore and Jacksonville, Jacksonville and Buffalo, Tennessee maybe, Indianapolis. I don't care. No one from the AFC West and not New England. I'd be fine with seeing them play. I could just chill out and watch, not have to hope that either the Chiefs or Patriots lose. But no, we haven't had that since 2011, and it's ridiculous. And obviously you can't really control that. I can't control that. But teams could, beat them in the divisional round or wild card maybe. You could attempt to, like Buffalo, who lost on Sunday in what was a great game up until the end when Buffalo utterly blew it. They missed a field goal wide right on a kick from the right hash with the wind blowing to the right. And of course it missed right. It was just a painful way to watch the game end. And a way to cap off what was a pretty good divisional round. Mostly, except for the Texans-Ravens game, but whatever. The Packers and... what's their name? Packers and 49ers game was really good. Again, heartbreaking at the end for the Packers, but overall, a very solid game. Back and forth, had drama. It was closer than a lot of people expected. Great game. The Buccaneers and Lions game was really fun to watch. That was a good game. It was a shame the way that ended with interception from Baker Mayfield, but oh well. But that Bills and Chiefs game was so good up until the end when the Buffalo Bills lost it. And they lost on the final drive, not just because of the kick, but because they tried to play hero ball. The Bills this season have come in completely different from the last few seasons where they lost in the divisional round or the AFC Championship game in pretty much the same fashion where Josh Allen has to play hero ball, he has to do everything on offense, and if it doesn't work, well, you end up with a game like Bills versus Cincinnati last year where the offense wasn't humming, the deep shots weren't working, and that was the biggest criticism for Buffalo from everybody. They couldn't establish a run game, no quick passing game. It was Josh Allen, go out there and save us. But this year it looked different even after a sluggish start. There was something different about this team. First of all, no Leslie Frazier on defense, so the team isn't going to allow 29.5 points a game, 29.25 points a game in the playoffs, so that's good. But also, after firing Ken Dorsey, Joe Brady took over as the OC, who actually was the OC for LSU in 2019 when they had the greatest offense in college history. But anyways, they were running the ball well. James Cook was popping off. They were averaging the most yards per game rushing in the NFL in the last 6 weeks or something. And it was a completely different formula when they played Pittsburgh. They rushed for 192 yards. James Cook had 100 and something. Josh Allen had, obviously that big TD rush for 70 yards. And they just looked like a different team. Josh Allen only threw for 180 yards, 203 yards in that game. Yet they won with 190 yards on the ground. Josh Allen scored 4 touchdowns, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground. They still put up 31 points. It was different from how it had been previously with Josh Allen having to run around, make huge plays, hope that Stephon Diggs makes a catch, because you can't always rely on Stephon Diggs as it turns out. And it was beautiful. It was like, finally, the Bills have a different system. They don't have to rely on Josh Allen. They can win this way. And it looked like they were doing that against the Kansas City Chiefs. They rushed for 182 yards in that game. Josh Allen only threw for 186 yards, yet had a touchdown and 2 rushing on the ground. And it was going perfectly well. They were making a long drive down 3 with 2 minutes left to try and take a touchdown lead and give Patrick Mahomes no time. And then they reached their own 28-yard line. And on first down, they hand the ball to James Cook for 1 yard, which obviously isn't brilliant. But you still have 9 more yards to go. Not horrendously terrible, especially with Josh Allen. You just need to gain 6 yards or so on this play. You have 2 minutes left. You don't need to score quickly, because if you score quickly, you're giving Patrick Mahomes the ball back. Even with no receivers, you're giving Patrick Mahomes the ball back with 2 minutes left to go down and score a touchdown to win the game, which I don't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes to do that, because he'll probably do it. But what do the Buffalo Bills do? Do they run the ball with Josh Allen? That would be easy, like a nice 6 yards, quarterback power. Set yourself up for a nice check down on 3rd down, or just run it again, give yourself 4th and 1 and make a decision. Or do you throw the check down on 1st down? I mean, there's so many options here. The Buffalo Bills are a new team. They're a well-organized team that doesn't have to play hero ball. But what do? They have Josh Allen drop back and try and sling it towards the end zone. And obviously, I'm going to put some blame on Josh Allen here. He missed the guy wide open on the flat, Shakir, I think it was. That's on him. However, can we talk about that play call? Josh Allen, drops back. He throws it towards the end zone and falls incomplete. But weren't there like 3 receivers in the end zone? Why are you running 3 receivers to the end zone when you have to go all of 27 yards in 2 minutes? Even if the play had worked, Patrick Mahomes is going to get the ball back with 1:45. Do you want to give Patrick Mahomes the ball back with 1:45 and a chance to take the lead and win with a last-second touchdown? I don't. 100 yards is not a lot to him. If it was a perfect kickoff, then 99 yards would not be a lot to him. Are you insane, Buffalo? And I wish that play call wasn't the worst. But then the next one, they run more deep routes, and Josh Allen scrambles to the right and tries to sling it towards the end zone. What are you doing? You tried to play hero ball. That's what broke you in the last few playoffs. That's what broke you last year with Cincinnati. You didn't adjust. You didn't run the ball in the snow. You didn't check it down. And you were doing that against KC, checkdowns. Josh Allen only throwing for 186 yards, running the ball. It's what Denver's been doing all year with Russell Wilson, basically. I should probably, it doesn't matter. But you get the point. You needed to fix the new problems, yet you reverted back to your old ways right when it mattered most. And that's why they lost. If you just run the ball, even to the left hash, it gains 2 yards, but it's to the left hash. Tyler Bass maybe makes that kick, because instead of trying to hit a draw from the right side against a wind heading towards the right, that's just nigh impossible, I feel like. If you were to, say, put him on the middle of the field, he could hit a nice slice in there, use the wind like Jake Elliott did against Buffalo, ironically enough, or put him on the left hash and do that. But that's not what Buffalo did. They took the they tried to kick a field goal from the right hash after 2 failed pass plays when you're now a running team. You're a running team against KC. That defense in Kansas City's locked down on passing. But you were running against it. You had 2 minutes to score. Go 27 yards. You had plenty of time. It's 9 yards with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And you're taking shots towards the end zone? Are you Tampa with Jameis Winston? That's why Buffalo lost this game. They reverted back to hero ball tactics. And it's like, oh my gosh. And now they've lost to Kansas City for a 3rd time in the playoffs. 3rd time. And now we have to watch Kansas City probably go into Baltimore and win, because that's how the script works. I don't know. Because they want Taylor Swift to the Super Bowl, probably. All because you couldn't just run the dang ball, take a check down. I'm fine with taking the points, because you didn't have a choice. But, You set up your kicker in the worst possible spot. What were you hoping for? That Casey would line up with 12 men on the defense? Like you did? When Will Lutz missed that field goal? Jeez, and Crow Buffalo. I thought it was going to be different this year, but no, you went in and you blew it. You just, That'll do it for this quick episode of Roughing the Passer. The show is talk football, miscellaneous stuff, and mostly football. I am your host, Sam Ruffing. I thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for tuning in once again, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Oh, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified when all uploads are uploaded. Without the express written consent of the NFL and NFL Productions, hit the like button, share it with your friends and family.